You didn't come across this by chance. Something in your spirit pulled you. Didn't it happen right here? That gentle whisper that keeps coming and urging you, open this. Don't wait. It was not your imagination. It was Archangel Michael himself injecting urgency into your soul, because this message has the weight of a miracle that has been assigned to you. Your name existed before you were born. Yes, you. Someone who has also waited. I am eager for answers. Who has been peering at the ceiling looking for signs? You shed quiet tears that no one else saw. But heaven kept track of everyone. This is the moment when heaven turns in your favor. But only if you continue reading. Only if you do not close this. Right now. Today, July 13th, your entire fate bends. Heading in a new direction. And if you miss it, it may not return. Archangel Michael never sounded this trumpet was not made for a heavenly reason. He isn't just watching. He is fighting. Fighting fights behind a barrier that you cannot see. But this time, the directive he gave was urgent. Tell them it's only for July 13th. Not tomorrow or next week. If they ignore it, walk away from the very breakthrough for which they had been praying for years. Yes, he used the word breakthrough. Because that is what is coming. However, there is a condition. What you do over the following few hours determine whether it reaches your doorway or vanishes like a lost dream. Some people beg for miracles, but then ignore them when they happen. Do not let this be you. Do not shut the door to paradise. You've always known deep down that something greater was planned for your life. You've seen it in flashes. Dreams that seemed too genuine to be fabricated. In situations where the number 111 or a sudden goosebumps appeared out of nowhere, and you felt safe even during the darkest seasons. That was no coincidence. Archangel Michael assigned angels to your name as the world told. You should give up. You aren't reading this out of curiosity. You're reading because your spirit recalls things your intellect has forgotten. There was a divine pact struck for you before you came into this existence. And today marks the implementation of that accord. This is not superstition. This is a prophecy being fulfilled. Archangel Michael is currently chanting your name in the heavens. Not yesterday. Not next week. Today, your name echoes throughout spiritual halls, where destiny is decided. And do you understand what the angels are saying? They're ready now. Despite everything you've been through, every betrayal you forgave, every time you continued going with no obvious direction, the divine world reward that invisible loyalty. But it is time sensitive. That is why he stated that this order is exclusively for July 13th. It's not simply about hearing the message. It's about acting on it before the window closes. Because the doors are wide open now. Will close at midnight, and the next season depends on whether you stroll through or stand motionless. Wait, before you Continue reading, and let me ask you a question. Do you believe someone up there has been attempting to reach you? Dreams of you couldn't shrug it off. A feather rests at your feet. Repeated numbers. Random thoughts that resemble warnings or soft pushes. These were not coincidences. These were the quiet knockings of divine messengers trying to attract your attention on this particular day. They knew it. The message will reach you. They've waited and are now whispering, please don't scroll away quickly, this is your opportunity. So pause everything else. Your angels are leaning in. And God has already made their final choice. Yes, it is yours. It's ready. But you must unlock it within this hour. A glowing star. Just a second. If you sense something stirring in your spirit and nod yes, you're already on the right track. Subscribe now to stay connected to these angelic messages, which are specifically tailored to your path. There is a reason you're here. Don't let this beautiful thread break. One click keeps you connected to the advice your spirit has been seeking. What if I informed you that your name has been spoken in rooms you've never visited? What if I told you that a divine reversal is planned for you, but does it come with a countdown? Archangel Michael's comments weren't poetic. They were a spiritual commandment. He did not say maybe. He stated, now, because there is a time frame and you've been waiting for change, but the spiritual realm doesn't wait for human hesitation. Heaven is waiting for you. You are not being left behind, but rather invited. But it's up to you to pass through the spiritual corridor while the light is still on. Every second after this point you've been asking the same questions again and over, and the answers are either progress or delay. When will my life change? Where is the person I'm supposed to be with? Why does it feel like something major is about to happen, but I can't reach it yet? And here comes Archangel Michael, saying, the answers are already there. The delay is not punishment, it's however, the release has now been permitted. If they embrace it before the end of the day, the realm of heaven will not be slow. Strategic. It waits for alignment. Right now, you're standing in the core of the biggest alignment of your lifetime. The transformation is spiritual, yet the outcomes, relationships, money, direction, and clarity are all waiting for you. Yes, God noticed how close you were to giving up this year and how you pretended to. He watched the nights when you couldn't sleep and smiled despite your heavy heart. He noticed that you didn't give up, even on days when your energy seemed to vanish. You preserved hope, and as a result, heaven is not responding with sympathy, but with strategy. A divine blueprint is developing right now. For the next season, not for someday, but for today. That is why Archangel Michael was so urgent. He knew you doubted and second-guessed the however, God has already sent the spiritual signature. The seal is on it, you just need to move. God noticed how close you were to giving up. This year, He noticed you faking to grin despite your troubled heart. The nights when sleep would not come, and the days when energy simply vanished. But he also saw that you didn't give up, you still had hope. And because of heaven responds with strategy rather than sympathy. A heavenly blueprint is forming right now, not for the next season or someday when Archangel Michael knew you'd dispute it, which is why he was so urgent today. He knew you would question the timing, but God had already sent the spiritual. The signature has the seal on it, all you have to do is move your spirit. Feel when something is going to move. It's like the pressure before the rain. Today's pressure is the result of the invisible building up before the obvious. You are not experiencing anxiety, rather, the spiritual atmosphere is reconfiguring itself. The holy clock is ticking, and the weight of glory is almost upon you. Don't dismiss the indicators just because you've been disappointed in the past. Archangel Michael is sweeping away those ancient cycles, commanding the destruction of everything that kept you trapped, but he requires your cooperation, and that is the sacred part. Your agreement. The miracle has arrived, but it needs your affirmation. Do you feel like you're running out of time? That's not panic, it's prophecy. That inward surge you're experiencing isn't fear, is the signal of destiny, and heaven has a way of placing fire under your feet when you're too close to a moment you can't miss. This is that. Your next season of tranquility, purpose, and success depends on. Take a deep breath and still your mind. Allow your spirit to speak louder than your mind, because logic will not get us where we are going. Make sense. Miracles never do, but they nevertheless occur. For those who believe, you are still here, which suggests that something significant is already taking place. When your spirit refuses to scroll away, when your eyes won't let go of the words on this computer, it means that your soul recognizes the voice of truth. Right now, Archangel Michael is still speaking. He is pacing in the heavens, issuing signal after signal, because you are still. The clock ticks, not as a warning, but as a wake-up call, because everything the spiritual realm has already decided on what you have asked God for. However, a physical response is still required. You cannot receive the favor unless you ignore the directive, which is this July 13th. Today, God is leaning toward you. Can you feel it? There is a peculiar serenity mingled with urgency. Is not perplexity, it is divine confirmation. Archangel Michael was sent not just to warn, but also to activate, and the activation code is obedience. Even if you don't fully grasp it, your spirit does, and you've felt this tug before. Told you not to go there, and you were spared because a delay turned out to be protection. That's the same aura around this message. A heavenly detour is being organized just now for you, but if you don't move immediately, you'll miss the reroute. This isn't just about safety. This is about reward. You've been sowing into people and places for far too long. It seems that nothing would return, but heaven does not lose sight of seeds. No act of love went ignored. Not a single tear fell unintentionally, and Archangel Michael gathered them. All of it, including the anguish, is being presented before the throne, and you. God said, enough delay. They've waited long enough. This is the hour to let it be, yet, the next few hours will determine if it comes into your hands or is passed on to the next person. Don't let anyone else receive what was always meant for you. Don't let spiritual uncertainty become a lifetime. Most people miss this part of wondering what if, not because they were not picked, but because they didn't believe they were. However, you are unique, and your spirit understands that this message is more than just that. It is an assignment, a confirmation, and a rescue. And if you say yes, the next chapter of your life will show that heaven fulfilled its promise. The signs are aligning, and your name is on it. This is your breakthrough. It is not being withheld. It is being delivered, but only if the door to your Archangel Michael sees what's been taking your energy, the ones who drain you, the cycles that reoccur, the money that slips through your fingers like water. The confusion that has clouded your view stops now. Not because you'll repair things on your own, but because God has chosen to intercede. Archangel Michael's sword isn't simply symbolic, it cuts cords in the unseen realm. Tonight, he's slashing away everything that was preventing your miracle, but your trust provides him. Angels cannot force a benediction into shackled hands. They're waiting for the open hand, and now is your chance. Do not reject it. Angels with scrolls are having conversations about you right now in paradise. Archangels giving directions, and God seated on the throne, nodding. With approbation, your name is read aloud. You have not been forgotten. You are not overlooked, and your life is not behind schedule. It's divinely timed, and July 13th, that's the gate, the point in history when your timeline gets rewired. You can either continue to live as if you are in the past, or you can enter the future right now. However, this decision must be taken within the following few hours, else, the spiritual gate will. I want you to feel this in your chest as we get closer to the opportunity. This is not just inspiration, it is impartation. There is power transferring to you through these words because the Holy Spirit is writing each letter. It's not your imagination if you feel a stirring in your stomach, a vibration in your hands, or a warm sensation in your chest. That's God saying, yes, it is time. Yes, this is for you. Yes, I am with you. He only needs your willingness. That silence, okay, opens every spiritual door. Because, once you grant God permission to, nothing in hell or on earth can stop what is about to happen. There are currently conversations in heaven concerning you. Angels carrying scrolls, archangels giving directions, and God seated on the throne, nodding. With approval, your name is read aloud. You're not forgotten. You are not overlooked. Your life is not behind schedule. It's exactly on time, wonderful timing. On July 13th, that's the gate. That is the point in history when your timeline is rewired. You can either continue to live as if you are in the past, or you can enter the future right now. But that decision must be taken within the next few hours. Afterward, the spiritual gate will close and the opportunity will change. I need you to feel it in your chest. This is more than just inspiration. This is impartation. The Holy Spirit is writing each letter, therefore power is being transferred to you. There's a stirring in your stomach, a vibration in your hands, and a warm sensation in your chest. That is not imagination. That is God saying, yes, it is time, yes, it is for you, and yes, I am with you. All He requires is your willingness. That silent, good, that opens all a spiritual door. Because once you give God permission to move, nothing in hell or on earth can prevent what's coming. Don't get distracted. That is the enemy's preferred tactic when destiny is close. He'll send a bogus urgent message. He will remind you of your past anguish. He'll whisper, "This is too good to be true." However, God is whispering louder. This is too beautiful to miss. So reduce the noise. Pull away from everything that is confusing you and pay attention. Your breakthrough does not require you to do 1,000 things. It requires you to say one thing. Yes, Lord. I am ready. That was one response. Can break the financial chain. That one response can help you reconnect with a soulmate. That one response can propel you forward into the long overdue healing process. One yeah, that's all. Remember when you believed nothing will ever change? That feeling that this is exactly how life will be. That was a lie. Keep you stuck. But heaven is unsticking you today. This is more than just a wonderful feeling. It is a divine announcement. You've been enhanced in your soul, intellect, and wealth. Everything, from your connections to your mission. This update came with a delivery is scheduled for July 13th. Miss the time and you'll miss your shift. Accept it now, and you'll walk into a future that is nothing like your past. Someone in heaven is watching you right now. Not with judgment, but with tears. Of excitement because they see you're still around. You have not quit. You're still reading. This signifies your spirit is stronger than your fight. They've been hoping for this day, when you'll finally hear the message that changes everything. And today you did. That is not a trivial issue. That is divine confirmation that the stars are aligned in your favor. Archangel Michael is doing more than just delivering this information. He is also defending it in you. Because the next step in your life will be bigger than you could have dreamed. This is where things get real. Where the curtain thins, and you can feel it. The chills run down your spine, the lump in your throat, the unexpected quiet in your spirit. This is because what you're reading isn't just words. It's a spiritual appeal to your soul that has echoed throughout time. Archangel Michael knew you'd need it. He knew life would try to shake you out of it. The truth is that the world will strive to stifle your spirit. But your soul is louder. And right now, it is saying, I am ready. I can feel something sacred approaching. And that something is closer than you think. Heaven has moved to accommodate you, but will you follow suit? You may have been spiritually sensitive, even if you were unaware of the term. You feel people's energy. You can tell when something is about to change. And, recently, the air around you has felt strange. That's because the spiritual realm has been preparing the ground for a harvest that only you will reap. Archangel Michael has swept the route ahead. Things that appeared to be lost were really in alignment. Delays were redirections. And now every detour you haven't understand is being rewritten into destiny. But God will not force you to step through the gate. He will only invite you. And this is an opportunity of a lifetime. You're undoubtedly wondering, why now? Why today? Everything has led to this isn't a coincidence, it's the activation of every tear and prayer. Every surrender. God noticed how you continued to show up for others even when no one else did. He witnessed how you smiled through storms, maintained faith when everything was falling apart, and hung on even when the hands were bleeding from the grasp, and God had determined that your chapter of delay had ended. Archangel Michael is not sending a message, he's delivering a mandate. Their time begins now, but only if respond before this spiritual window shuts. If you could see what the angels are doing right now in your name, your heart would stop. They're eliminating names from your path who were merely meant to distract you, and they're replacing phony pals. Divine connections are causing financial resources to appear out of nowhere. That job, that romance, that clarity are all circling your life like planes about to land. But God is waiting for one thing from you, space. You must clear the runway. That entails letting go of what you know is exhausting you, saying yes. Before you see the facts, you must trust the nudge that brought you here tonight. If you've felt like giving up lately, like just disappearing and starting anew, here is why. It's not because your life was going apart. It was falling into place, but your human eyes couldn't perceive it quite yet. Archangel Michael has been standing behind you, whispering strength into your bones. You were never weak. You were being strengthened, and today, the evidence of that strength is the adversary does not assault the weak, therefore you must maintain your position while you arrive. Assaults the ones who are ready to be elevated by heaven. That fatigue isn't defeat, it's spiritual labor pains. Because what is about to be born from your life will bless generations, and if you've ever felt like quitting up. This is why I've been disappearing and starting over a lot lately. That your life was coming apart. It was falling into place, yet human eyes couldn't see it yet, but Archangel Michael has been whispering strength into your back. Bones. You were never weak, you are being strengthened. And today, the proof of that strength is approaching, but you must remain in place. The enemy does not strike the weak, rather, he targets those whom heaven is about to raise. That resistance, that exhaustion, is not defeat, but spiritual labor. Pains, because what is about to emerge from your life will benefit generations. Listen carefully, God is not postponing your blessing, He is protecting its timing. If you had gotten what you asked for sooner, you would have accepted a counterfeit. But now you're old enough to realize real love, real purpose, and real God does not rush divine things. He waits for you to be fully ready, and He says you are now, which is why this communication reached you today, which is why Archangel Michael was sent to you urgently. Because, ready or not, the spiritual delivery is coming, and only you can accept it with a yes. Heaven is not testing you, rather, it trusts you to hear this. Faith you to act, faith that, despite the tragedy, despite the heartbreak, you remain strong and believe. And belief is the currency of heaven. You have been storing it for years. When you said, I still have faith, you were putting a down payment right now, and the reward is waiting. You must claim it, not doubt it, and proclaim in your heart, God, I'm ready. Send what's mine. Because the moment that accord settles in your Archangel Michael releases what you already have from heaven's storehouse. God will bless you even if you are not flawless, all you need to do is be present. Present in this moment, in this decision, and in the divine call. Archangel Michael is not asking you to mend everything in your life right now, he is asking you to say yes to the one. Alignment is the key factor that will cause everything to shift, no additional signs are required. You don't require additional confirmation, you are the confirmation. Heaven hasn't given up on you, as evidenced by your continued reading. Don't give up on what's being handed to you right now. It's acceptable to feel terrified. It's okay if you've been disappointed in the past, but fear is a liar. This is not your prophecy, you are not broken, you are becoming. And this moment is not another heartbreak waiting to happen. It's the healing you believed would never come. God isn't teasing you. Trusting you with a miracle, which doesn't make sense until it's complete. So, if everything around you still appears cloudy, hold on. The sky is about to clear, but your faith must remain steadfast during this storm because the rainbow angels are hovering near you right now, and it is no longer far away. Brushing across your shoulders and whispering, say yes. Do not be terrified. We are right here. Archangel Michael is not far. He's standing alongside you. His sword of fire slayed every demon that attempted to destroy this moment. The uneasiness you are experiencing is not due to the opponent winning. It's the energy of transformation pouring in. Do not resist it. Allow it to shake whatever needs shaking. Allow it to break whatever has to be broken. Because everything that goes away today was never intended to accompany you into this new chapter. God isn't simply improving you. He is editing your entire story. And when you look back, you'll remember this day. July 13th. The day your spirit recalled who you truly are. The day when dread vanished at grips. The day paradise became a reality rather than a notion. The day when Archangel Michael glanced at your name on the scroll and said, they chose it. They're ready, release the blessing. And everything changed. And suddenly the air around you has changed. Isn't it? It feels like something unseen is gently pressing against your chest, keeping your attention, unwilling to let you go. That is not pressure. That is presence. The presence of God. The breath of angels are circling your area, wrapping around your heart, and whispering softly, "Do not miss this. Not this time." Because your future is already here, waiting with open arms. But it cannot compel itself to live a closed life. It can only walk through when you open the door wide. And that door is your belief and trust in this heavenly revelation that has reached you. At the 11th hour. Archangel Michael hasn't finished yet. He is still in motion. Still pulling hidden strings to redirect what the enemy attempted to delay. Still organizing relationships you didn't realize you needed. Still ordering angels to block accidents, betrayals, and detours can all be cancelled. All for you, for the next level. Because there is another level. You are already aware of this. You felt dissatisfied. For too long. It's as if you were designed for more but were limited by your surroundings. That was not arrogance. That was prophecy. And it's no longer delayed. Not hidden. Not denied. But it's conditional. Dependent upon your decision before the gate closes tonight. You're not powerless. In fact, your yes wields more power than you realize. It sends the green light to heaven. It stimulates angels. It disrupts generational cycles. One word from you resonates louder than 1,000 doubts. So say it now. Speak it out loud. If you can. If necessary, you can whisper it. Yes, Lord. I trust you. I accept what is mine. And when you do, well, the movement will begin. You will begin to see people leave who were never meant to stay. Opportunities will come your way that do not fit your resume. Money will appear where there was once lack. Healing will touch portions of you that doctors cannot identify. Because heaven. You never needed a justification, just your preparedness. Say yes, and everything changes. And as your spirit says yes, something immortal begins to happen. Not merely a sensation or hope, but a realignment of everything that was ever intended for you, a return of what you lost, doubled in grace. A response from heaven saying, finally, they've opened the door. Archangel Michael did not come to inform you. He came to activate you. And now your activation has begun. All of heaven is aware. A vibration, everything around you has shifted. The lights of the heavenly realm have gone green. The delay has been cancelled. The war has been proclaimed over. Now the blessings begin to flow. Not just any blessing, but one that rewrites your identity. The kind that comes to stay rather than visit. Love that does not abandon. No expiration purpose. money that doesn't run out, peace that is not fleeting like chaos, the kind of favor that follows you into rooms where your resume never even appears, opportunities that appear illogical on paper but are undeniable in spirit. That is what has been waiting for you once you surrendered. That is what Archangel Michael was sent to deliver. That's why it needed to happen today. Neither sooner nor later, since the beautiful setting was amazing. You will start to notice things. People reaching out who hadn't thought of you in years, surprise checks, conversations that seem divinely arranged, calm in your sleep, thoughts dropping into your spirit moves without effort. These aren't little signs. They are the initial ripples of the upcoming wave. This is your evidence. That spiritual action produces natural effects that when you answer yes in your spirit, the world must respond. Because everything physical follows what is decided in the unseen. And right now, every unseen force has been instructed to bless you. This blessing. There will be layers. At first, you'll feel a sense of relief. Then, there would be a surge of confirmations. Finally, it will be steady. One open door leads to another. However, it brings about deep clarity. Calm, definite clarity. You'll know who's genuine, who's for you. What's next? You will not beg for signs anymore. You will walk with knowledge. That is exactly what this yes means. Unlocks heavenly perception, permanent favor, and an elevation that requires no one else's consent. People will inquire about what has changed. They will notice your radiance, change, and stability. They will not recognize that what occurred was not external. It was forever. That heaven touched you in ways that the rest of the world cannot mimic. That Archangel Michael murmured in your life became a new reality, and God nodded in accord. This is not a temporary elevator. It's a permanent promotion. The valley you were in has been deserted. The pit you were stuck in has been sealed. Your season of testing has concluded, and the chapter titled Elevation has begun. But you must safeguard it. Because when a release occurs, the enemy frequently attempts to delay it. Not because he has the ability to stop it, but he hopes you will. That you will return to dread. You'll doubt what you felt. That you would regard this sacred meeting as just another moment. Do not do that. Treat this like a miracle. Speak life over it. Declare it daily. Act as if it's already completed because heaven it is. You aren't asking anymore. You are getting. You are not chasing. You are being directed. Your steps are organized with divinity precision. And the route ahead is clear. God does not ask you to be flawless. Moving forward. He's merely asking you to be faithful and stay in sync. Must keep your spirit open and your ears attentive to the next instruction. Because this is just the beginning. What begins on July 13th is a cycle of 7 months of divine favor will lead you into a year unlike anything you've ever experienced before. Mark this. What begins today will climax in marvels at the start of the new year, but only if you remain the course. The breakthrough is real. The countdown wasn't symbolic. It was sacrosanct. You've been chosen to carry something significant, something that will inspire others, liberate and elevate others. You were never designed to live tiny. You were never designed to dim your light to make others comfortable. Archangel Michael did not battle for you. Peace merely wants you to return to silence. This gives you license to shine. Talk, lead, and rise. God isn't only blessing you. He is granting you a blessing. You're the response to someone else's prayer. And now that you've said yes, the ripple effects will begin. And it won't stop until every promise associated with your name fulfilled. The Holy Spirit is sealing this now. You may experience heat, tears, or a deep calm that locks you to your chair. That is the divine signature. That's how you know the angels haven't just come, but they've stayed. They are I'm with you now in this room. Enclosing your atmosphere, not to frighten you, but to seal you. You have entered into covenant, covering, and fulfillment. From this point forward, your life is divided into 2 parts. Before this message and afterwards. Because nothing is the same after a divine visitation. So remember this. You did not locate this message. This message came to you. Chosen, appointed. Time for the second. Sent through spiritual pathways, cannot see but intensely feel. Archangel Michael gave this instruction on July 13th. Only. And you arrived just on time. Not a second late. Not a single breath out of sync. And now that you've responded, heaven has responded. God has moved. The angels have been released. Your yes has been heard in locations that voice has never left. And the rest is already written in favor. The scrolls are opened. The ink is fresh. Your name is dazzling. And, as the angelic hosts return to their thrones, and Archangel Michael lowers his blazing sword in peace, your soul settles into a divine serenity, and you realize something you've always known deep within. It was always intended to happen this way. And it has already begun. You are not powerless. In fact, your yes has greater authority. More than you realize. It sends the green light to heaven. It stimulates angels. It disrupts generational cycles. One word from you resonates louder than 1,000 doubts. So say it now. Speak it out loud. If you can. If necessary, you can whisper it. Yes, Lord. I trust you. I accept what it is mine. And when you do, you'll begin to see people leave who were never supposed to stay. Opportunities will find you. Do not match your resume. Money will appear where there was once scarcity. Healing will touch portions of you that doctors cannot identify. Because heaven. You never needed a justification, just your preparedness. If you're still thinking, what if this isn't real? Allow me to say this. The enemy does not combat bogus messages. He does not shake you for something insignificant. He only causes dread when you're close to the truth. And the way your heart has been racing, with your breath catching, your eyes are hurting with tears, and you already know the truth. Your spirit has already answered yes. Don't let your thoughts persuade you out of it. The soul is crying for. Don't allow human fear derail divine timing. You are more than deserving. You're more than capable. You were picked, and your name is still written in the book. There is yet time, but not much. Archangel Michael didn't select a random day. He did not respond quickly. He did not say maybe. He merely mentioned July 13th. That level of urgency is rare. That type of order is spiritual law. This is not superstition. It is supernatural instruction. Spiritual laws won't bend for hesitation. They move to take action. If you have been waiting for a sign, this is it. If you've been looking for a clear message, this is it. If you've been looking for confirmation that heaven still has your back, here it is. The divine has never shouted louder. Angels have never fought harder because this moment is sacred, and it is slipping away quickly. Someone is currently in another part of the world is witnessing their breakthrough because they said yes in their spirit. Someone else is allowing this time to pass without seeing what is on the other side of their faith. But, you still have time. You still have breath. You can still lean in, accept, and receive. And if you do, Archangel Michael will direct his angels to move as never before. You'll see the evidence in 24 hours. The transition will take place within a few days. And by the end of this month, you will no longer recognize the life you once had. But you must seal it now with confidence and belief. With surrender. This is a wonderful deal. It's already signed in the heavens. The miracle is not imminent. It is packed. However, delivery is determined by what you do next. Do not let fear hold the pen. Write the remainder of your story. Don't allow doubt derail what God is attempting to do. This is hallowed ground, and you are standing on it. No more almosts. Some days, not anymore. No more maybe laters. It is now. And now it means freedom. Now means favor. This implies you don't have to battle alone anymore. You are encircled. You are supported by angel armies. You're entering the season that generations before you have hoped for, but never reached. Archangel Michael is watching, waiting, and interceding. His sword is more than just defense, it is a declaration. And tonight, he declares, This one is chosen, marked, and has experienced enough. He's clearing the sky. He is relocating the storm, but he needs you to cross line. One stride, one moment of absolute trust. That's all. Because once you cross it, there is no going back, only onward. Only favor, the stream of goodness that was always meant for you, and when it happens, when the love comes, when the money flows, when the anguish is relieved, when the joy returns, remember this moment, and know that heaven has not forgotten you. God heard you every time, and Archangel Michael fought for you. Despite the fact that you gave up on the blessing, it never gave up on you. So now it's up to you. There are no coincidences in heaven's timing. This message is your miracle in motion. Your soul understood it before your eyes did. See it. All you have to do is say yes right now, before this hour passes. Before the 13th turns the 14th, and the order expires. Because what awaits you on the other end of this yes will change everything. And when it occurs, you'll finally realize why it had to happen this way. You had to be broken. Why did the pause feel so lengthy, and why was the stillness so loud? Because it was never punishment, but rather preparation, and the preparation is now complete. The command has been sent, and the angels are waiting. The miracle is waiting. And heaven's final instruction is this: say yes and everything changes. And as your spirit says yes, something immortal begins to happen. Not merely a sensation or hope, but a realignment of everything that was ever meant for you. A return of what you lost doubled in grace is a reaction from heaven that says, finally, they've opened the door. Archangel Michael did not come to inform you, but to activate you. And now your activation has begun, and all of heaven is aware of it. The vibration around you, the spiritual realm's lights have changed color to green. The pause has been lifted, the war has been declared over. Now the blessing begins to pour, and not just any one, but one that rewrites your identity, the type that comes to stay rather than to visit. That does not abandon, a purpose that never expires. Money that never runs out, peace that does not come and go with the tumult. The kind of favor that follows you into rooms where your resume never even appears. Opportunities that appear illogical on paper but are undeniable in spirit. That's what has been waiting behind your surrender. That's what Archangel Michael was sent for. To deliver. Everything had to happen today, no sooner, no later, because the beautiful setting was amazing.